Okay, so today I'm going to trial a new crap strategy that I've seen online. It's by a guy called Stage Tech Marine, and I'm going to give his strategy a go and see how it plays out for us. I've got $600 worth of chips, blues are 25, whites are 5, and reds are singles. So, let's get straight into it. We're going to go $10 on the pass line. So, new shooters coming out. Going to establish a point, 11. So 11 pays on the pass line. The game doesn't start, but we take a nice $10. And 7 also pays us on the pass line, so another $10 there. 2 crap, 2 pair of aces, losers on the pass. And 9, so we've established a point, so the game is on and we're looking for 9 to be our point. So at this moment we're going to place $75 on the don't come line. So a 7 or 11 are going to lose us here, and a 2 and a 3 are going to win us. So this is the most dangerous point to this roll, while we wait for a don't come number. So if we can avoid the 7 and 11, we'll be okay. 5, 6, 7, 8 is rolled, so the don't come moves to the 8. So at this point, we've got a point number and a don't come bet. We can now load up the board. So what we're going to do, we're going to take triple odds, $30 behind our pass line. We're going to place 10 on 10, 10 on 5 and 10 on 4, and we're going to back 6 as well, but we need to back in multiples of 6 for 6s and 8s, so that's $12 bet. We're then going to place a $10 comeback, and we are ready to roll, ready to hopefully make some money. So we've rolled a 7 there, so ordinarily a 7 would be a really bad number. It's going to wipe out all your bets, but with this strategy and having that $75 on the don't come bar, it acts as a little bit of insurance. So if I stack up all the losing bets here, I'll count them up: 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, there's 82 there, but we're going to get paid $75 for our don't come, and our come bet on the first roll wins on a 7 as well. So we've actually made a small profit there off that roll. And what you're in essence doing is you're shifting the 7, the bad number, to a different number by playing on the don't come. So I'll move those out of the way. The dice will move around the table. The game is off. There'll be a new shooter to come out. $10 back in. Let's see if we can make some money. So 5. The point is 5. And we're going to go $75 on our don't come. Want to avoid the 7 or the 11? We've got an 8. So the 8 travels across to there, and once again we load up. We go 30 on our pass line odds, and we go 10, 10, 10, and of course the 6 is multiples of 6, so we go 12, and we place a $10 comeback as well. So here we go. 3 crap 3, so 3 losers on a comeback, so that's no good to us there. What we're hoping to do is hit one of these numbers here and slowly press up our winnings, which hopefully we'll get to do now. So 11, 11's rolled. 11 is the opposite to a 3. It actually wins us on our comeback, so no further action, but just a straight up win there. Once again, another 11's rolled, so another $10. So now a 9 is rolled. So here we go. Here's where we're going to see the strategy in play. So our 9, $10 on a 9, pays 75, so it pays 14. So you've got your $14 win here for your 9. So I'll put my $14 win there. The comeback is going to travel up onto the 9 now. We're going to ask the dealer to take off our place bet on 9 and put it on the odds, because in essence this comeback is now a pass line bet, and we're going to use $10 out of our pocket to make it double odds on the 9. We're going to move the $4 off, put it in our stack, and we're going to place another $10 comeback. So what this is doing is, if we hit this number again, we're going to really increase the amount we win. So, dice are out. It's a 5, so 5 is a winner. The point was 5. So, because the point was 5 and it's won everyone around the table, we'll pay $10 for our pass line, $30 for a 5, we'll pay $45, 10, 20, 30, 45, 45 on the odds. So that's a nice little win there for us. So the game is now off. We rolled a 5, so our comeback goes to 5. We're not going to place any odds at the moment, and our odds on our comebacks are not working while the game is off. So, still the same lucky shooter. He's going to come out, and he's rolled a 5 again. So, our comeback, which was still working there, has just won. So the flat part of that is $10. So that goes 10, that comes off, and that's a nice little win. Our odds for our 9 on our comeback will now still be working, as with all our other bets. And we can go straight into it without playing a don't come, because we've still got 8 on the don't come. So we can just go straight in with a comeback, and we can put our odds on behind the pass line. Shoot comes, and he's rolled an 8. So an 8 for us is the bad number, because that's our don't come number, and that's come before the 7. So 2 things to do here. Firstly, we're going to move the 8 up onto the number from the comeback. We're going to lose the $75 on the 8. So what we've got to do now is establish another don't come bet. And to do this, we'll put our $75 down in our don't come box. To protect all of our numbers and our extra winnings from the 7, we are going to remove our odds off the pass line, remove our odds on the 9, which is a comeback, so we can do that, and we're going to ask the croupier to take down our place bets for this next roll, which you can do, or put them off because they're going to come back on next roll. So we're going to just ask, can we have these off for the next roll? So he'll mark these 3 as off, and we are going to roll to get our don't come number. So it's a 3, so that's a really good number actually, because what it does mean is straight off the bat we've won $75 there. It doesn't establish as a don't come number, but it gives us $75, so we're going to be happy with that. I'm going to roll again. So we've 7'd out on our don't come, so that's pretty annoying really. That's the worst scenario. So our 75 that we've just won, we lose. Our pass line bet, we are also going to lose. And we are going to lose our 2 comebacks. But because our place bets were not working during that, we have saved those from the 7. So now the dice will pass round to the next shooter, and a new shooter will come out. So these bets will defaultly be off. And we're going to come back in with another $10 pass line bet. New shooter's going to take 2 new dice. And our pass line. So note, we haven't placed a don't come bet again because the game is off, so we can't place a don't come. But the game is now back on because an 8's been rolled. That's the point. And once again, we're going to ask for these to be off for this roll until we establish our don't come. Just saves the dealer literally taking them down every time and putting them on. Our odds from our 9 were protected, if you remember, and so were our odds from our pass line bet. I've still got those ready to put back on. So, don't come roll for us, looking to avoid the 7 and the 11. We haven't done so, we've lost the 7. We have still protected these though. The game will be off for all the other players around the table. We lose our $75 and our pass line bet vanishes too. So, not a good little run for that new shooter there. Let's hopefully get a new lucky shooter. These are defaultly off again, these bets. We've protected our odds on that last roll. And we're going to come out with another $10 pass line bet. 7. 7's a winner when the game is off. So we'll take that. And 9 is the point. So the point is 9, the game is on. Still going to ask the dealer to keep these off until we've got our don't come established. And there's our $75 on our don't. 3 crap 3. is a winner. Nice $75 there for the don't come. Still off. 7 is the exact opposite. It's a loser. It's the second time that's happened. Here we go. Still trying to establish our don't come. In fact, I'm wrong. Because a 7's been rolled, we can't place another don't come, because for everybody else on the table, the game is off and the pass line bet would have been lost with the 7. So, dice move on the table. But what you can see is the amount of 7s that have been coming up, they're not diminishing my pile. And we're not losing, so ordinarily that's 7, which is a bad number. We're actually doing okay at the moment. So the game is off. Let's give the shooter 2 new lucky dice. We're going to come back in. Pass line. And it's a 12. Atomic Craps 12. They fall down. Still the same shooter on his come out roll 7. 7 is a winner when the game is off. Another winner. Another $10. 4. Point is 4. Game is on. Let's not worry about that bet just yet, because these are going to be still off for us, not working on this next roll while we establish our don't. Looking to avoid the 11 and the 7. I've got a hunch 11's due, so I'm going to just back the 15 to 1 time only roll on the 11. It's not come, which is good. So we can lose that insurance bet. So we've got the 5. The don't moves to 5. Our 4, we're going to move across to the 9, and we are going to have a $12 bet on the 8. And back to our comeback. We're also going to go 30 on the odds. 10, 20, 30. So we'll do a few more rolls and we'll see where we're at. So number 8's been rolled. So remember, we're going to take $14 for our 8. We're going to move our comeback up to the 8. We're going to remove our place bet and ask it to be placed as odds. Take the $10 from the winning of the comeback and double up the odds. So there's 2 times odds on there. We can remove the $2 that was spare on the original place and pocket the $4 that were loose from the original win. We must place another comeback. We must always have a comeback on the go. And we are rolling. Let's hope for a nice long streak. So 4. 4's a nice winner for everyone around the table, not just us. So I'll move the comeback up to start with. I won't bother with the odds just yet until the game gets back on, because odds aren't on when the game is off. And I'll pay the winners for the pass line. So the point was met, so it plays 1 to 1 on the flat line, and on the back line 4s pay double bubble. So it's 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. So a nice $60, $70 hit on that roll there. So that's the 4 coming in. Game is off. Same shooter remains. These bets, the odds here are defaultly off for our comeback. Place bets, of course, are always off. So we're going to roll. Shooter comes back out, roll a 7. So the 7 has won us on our pass line, but what it's done is it's lost that last comeback that was the 4, and it's also lost the flat part of the 8 there. The odds will be returned to us though. That $20 is returned to us because they are not working while the game is off. And the same shooter retains the dice and rolls a 9. So a 9 is the point number. So what we're going to do is move across our 9 to our 8 and make sure it's a multiple of 6 for $12. We need to cover the 4 with 10. I need to go back on the comebacks and give ourselves 3 times odds, which is 30, because we're playing $10 of that. So 7 out. And again, 7's not a massive problem for us here because it's not going to lose us. It's going to make us slightly here. So I'm going to stack my losing bets up. I'm going to pay my comeback, its winnings. I'm going to pay myself 75 out of this. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we've actually made a net $1 there out of that 7. But we're not after that. We're actually after hitting numbers and repeatedly hitting numbers. We haven't had the best amount of luck here, but we're still, I'd say we're still up. So, game's off, 7's been rolled. Let's have some good dice. So, game's off. We're going to pass line back. 6, game on. Don't come, $75. 8, don't is 8. Load up the board, 10, 20. 30 on the don't, sorry, on the pass line odds. 10 on 10, 10 on 9, 10 on 4, 12 on 8, $10 comeback. Chips everywhere. So, we are ready to roll. And we have rolled a 3, cracked 3, so that's going to lose us our $10 on the comeback. No further action though with the 3. Oh, 7 out. So, once again, we're going to move the dice around, take a very small amount of profit. I'll pay my $10 comeback out of there. And again, I'll pay my 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And so a net gain of just $3 there with 7. Still, slight profit, just means we're going to start again. It's not really the way I'm after it happening, but that's the dice for you. So, new shooter, game is off. Let's take these lovely pair of 6s here, see what we've got. We have got a 5, so 5 is the point. $10, I've got the pass line, 75 for the next roll in the don't come. Dice are rolled, dice are out, 4. I like a 4 because it's the chances are it won't come against a 7. Jinxed that now, haven't I? You watch, next roll, lovely little pair of deuces. Hopefully not. So, loading back up. We've not had a good sustained run at this strategy yet, but there is some good value to it because it's not losing us money, and that's what it's sold as. It's sold as a low risk strategy. Dice rolls, 6 comes in, so let's start paying us some money. So 10, $14 it will be for a $12 return on the 6, so our $14 winnings there. Comeback moves up, we take our place bet, we dispense with the $2. The original 10 goes to the odds, so does the comeback. We've now got 2 times odds on our 6. We pocket those 4 and we place a 10. Here's where a 7 would lose us money because we've now placed another $10. So ideally we need to be going 3 rolls deep into a shooter's go to make some money. So 6, here we go. Finally an example of a winner with some odds. So our 6 is going to pay us $10 on the flat, and on the odds for a 6 it's going to pay us 24. So we've got 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is our winnings for hitting that number 6. What we're going to do this time is all of this has to come off because that's a comeback. So all the comeback travels into our winning rack. We take our $10 come, that moves to the 6. This time we're going to press the 6 a bit harder. So 10, 20, we're going to go triple odds on the 6 and hope that it comes in again, because if it does, we're really going to start boosting. And we haven't actually had to use any of our, and it's all our own money, but we haven't used any of our pot there to supplement that. So we're hoping for a 6 to come again. $10 there, so we've got $10 on the 10, that will pay us $18, 15, 16, 17, 18, so our $18 win. So we're going to push our 10 up there, we're going to take 10 on the odds, and we are going to place double odds on our 10, and we're going to place a $10 comeback. There we go. So you can see the strategy is starting to come out now. Only taken me about half an hour. 6, 7, 8. So an 8 has been rolled. We're going to do the same. We're going to move our comeback up, use our original 10 stake as the first part of our odds. We're going to get paid $14 here. We're going to use $14. We're going to use 10 of it as the odds for the 8. And we're going to put the 4 in our bank, and we're going to come out with another $10 bet. What I've realised here is I've got the 4 covered twice from the last shoot. We don't need that 10 on the 4 because that's our don't come number. So that's going to go back into my pot over here. So we're looking for a 5 or any other number. A 6, 8 or 10 would be quite juicy. A 7 would win us on here, but it would lose a lot of our bets now because we've got more numbers spread, so we really don't want the 7. It's a 6. So 6 has come again for the 3rd time, which is great. So we have got on our 6, we're going to get paid. We're going to get paid $10 for the flat part of the 6, and for the back part, we've got 1, 2, 3, 6, 6 is another $36 there. 10, 20, 30, 5, and 6. So this time, that's a total win of 46. That's a total win of $46. So what I've forgotten to do there is actually, in my midst of excitement of removing the 4, is place the combat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it properly, and all of those winnings come off, as they do, because it's a combat on the 6. Now you have to imagine here that that number 6 has a combat on, because the combat should have travelled up to the 6, and I should then be laying odds on it with my winnings. But I'll not cheat the system. I'll place $10 on a place, and I'll place $10 on the come. Still the same, very lucky shooter. And it's an 8. So it's a tiny reminder there, just to remember to always keep putting your comebacks, especially when the dice are getting good like this. So our 8 has come in, so it's the same deal. We're going to get $10 for the flat part win, and we've got 4 on the back, which is going to pay us $24. So we're really starting to see a nice little streak of numbers and a nice bit of payback. So there's our total winnings for that roll there. This part of the winnings also comes off, because it's a combat, so the number's been hit, so it falls off. We're going to get $10, move it up to the 8. We're going to use $10 on our combat, and we're going to go 2, 3, we're going to go back down to, you know what, we'll keep it triple odds. We'll keep it triple odds, and we're still pocketing there a nice $24 off that last roll. Oh, let's change the dice. I'll use my left hand now, that's bad luck. 5, 5's rolled, that's the point. Point's been hit. So I'm going to take the 5, the game goes off. Over here we're going to get paid, we've got triple odds on the 5. So that's going to be 45 plus our front line of 10, 55. So what I'm going to do is pay myself just like that. Nice little neater way of doing it. So pass line stays on, the game is off. The combat has moved up to the 5. Our odds on the other combats are defaultly off on this roll, but the combat aspects of them are on, as is the don't come. It's the come out roll for this same very, very lucky shooter, and he's rolled a 10. So a 10 has been rolled. Now the odds, as I just said, don't get paid on our combat, but the flatline portion does. So there's a nice little 10 to there. The odds will just be returned to our hand. And we're ready to go at this point, because we've still got our don't come of the 4. I like 4s and 10s as don't numbers, they're great. So the game is on, the 10 is rolled. Our odds are now back on and working, and because this 5, which was the winning bet of the last roll, that needs some odds on it. So let's go ahead and put some double odds on there. We need our $10 come, and we're going to go 10, 20, 30. And we're going to roll the dice. It's a 6, so a 6. Now that would have been a big win. Had I not messed up earlier on and forgotten to put the combat on, that would be a big win, because we've been on quite a nice little journey with these dice in the streak. But play fairly, play honestly. $10 is going to move up there, and it's going to get paid $14 for that win on the place there. We're going to take the original combat, which is in fact the combat moved up, not the place, but we're going to use the place bet odds to supplement the come, and we've got double odds there. We're going to bank that 4, but we're going to have to put another 10 down. And again, we're really starting to see some nice returns as long as we're avoiding the 7, which we haven't done. So the 7 has now come. On that roll, we're going to be net down off the 7, but overall from that nice little streak, it's built us up slowly. So we're going to go lose, 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 lose. So that's our losing pile, and we've got $10 win there. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75. So off that last roll, we'd actually lose 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 65. But ordinarily, we'd have lost a lot more had we not been covering it and offsetting with that don't come. So what I'll do is I'll chip up and see where we're at. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 400. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 500, 600, 700, 10, count these singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 and 30, 40, 50, 60, $767 there. So, as you can see, we've not had the greatest look at the beginning of the game, but because of all those sevens, we weren't really losing lots of money. And then a nice little lucky run at the end has put us back into a bit of profit. So, that's the strategy. It requires a little bit of brain power to making sure you know you're putting your comebacks on, you're asking the croupier to take off bets where necessary if you need to roll and who don't come midway through a roll. But as a strategy, I quite liked it, I quite like playing it. It's quite enjoyable to do, better than just perhaps sitting there playing the 6s and 8s and the pass line odds. So perhaps something I'd look at giving a bash in a real casino. If you manage to stay and watch this right way to the end, then good on you, get a life. Yeah, take it easy.